Hi friends, welcome back. Today's video is gonna be a fun one because Seint has released the Q2 eyeshadow shades of the season, and they are so pretty. I'm excited to swatch them for you. We're gonna create 2 different eye looks, and of course, we're gonna talk about how to make these work for the mature hooded eye. And I've had the chance to play with these over about the last week. And here's the awesome part. The best way to wear them for a mature eye is the easiest way. So if you're excited for some really fun eye looks, let's get into it. For those of you that are new to the shades of the season, every quarter, so starting May 15th through July 31st, Seint will have 3 eyeshadows that are from the Advent calendar that are now available in a bundle or on their own. If you purchase them in a bundle, you will get all 3 eyeshadow shades, a brush cleaning tile, and a new square palette. And this is not it. My new palette hasn't come yet, but the new palette is the Summer Square palette in blue metallic, and I will drop a graphic here for you so that you can see. But the shades are also available on their own, if I didn't say that. So if there's one that you're loving, you can snag that. If you want the discount on the bundle, again, you'll get the brush cleaning tile and the brand new palette. But every quarter, while supplies last, these shades are available to you. And we have 3 really fun ones. This season is called the Sweet Treat Collection. So we have this blue satin, and this is a marbled shade. And I am very surprised to say that this one has been my favorite. Maybe it's the linen that I've been wearing, or like I have a couple pairs of pants like this. I've been wearing a lot of denim. I have a little denim jumper, and I have just really been drawn to this color. So this is blue satin, which is a marbled shade, and you'll see it gives that little bit of light reflective, which looks so gorgeous on the eyelid. We also have sugared. Now, can you see? It is a duochrome. So sugared has this golden hue, which duochromes to a purple. Again, on the eyelid. If you're noticing a theme, the magic of these is just popping a little bit on the eyelid. So as you move around, you get this beautiful pop of color, and it makes a hooded eye just look so gorgeous. The third shade is also a duochrome, and this one is Candyland. Get a deeper swatch here, and you will see Candyland is a pink with a fuchsia chrome to it. So again, as the eye moves, you'll see the colors change on the duochromes, and also on the marbled one, you'll see you get a little bit of that silvery finish to it. So these are the 3 shades. They're named the Sweet Treat Collection, and I think it's so fitting and so fun for summer. And I'm gonna show you what I consider the hooded eye, mature eye friendly way to apply these. And here's what I've learned about my community. You guys like easy eyeshadow. You want it to look pretty, but you want it to be easy. And luckily for you, this is the collection that does that. Had to remove my watch there because I realized I'm gonna do some swatches for you, because here's the key to this look. All I would do is take your favorite neutral. I would carve out the crease and pop this on the lid. Now I'll show you a way to amp it up just a little bit in case you want something a little bit more, but truly, these give the most beautiful reflection on the lid. And if you have a hooded eye, here's something to know. The reason that we carve out the crease, and we do that with a matte shade, is our hood is naturally appearing heavy. Something that shimmers or glitters on the hood will make the hood look heavier. Now, eyeshadow is a preference. You like your eyeshadow on the hood, you go and do that. It's totally up to you. My preference is to treat my eye kind of like I treat my face. So we contour the face to give it that little bit of depth and dimension, and then we add brightness in the center. We're gonna do the exact same thing with these shades, and it's gonna be very mature skin, hooded eye friendly. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a minute and swatch these neutrals for you. If you have one, you're good to go. If not, I wanted to give you some really good options so that you can do this base look where we're gonna carve out the crease and onto the hood. You can wash a little bit over the lid, and any of these shades will work great. So let's start with the first one here. And I'm gonna swatch them all just because it will be a little bit a matter of your preference as well as the depth of your skin color. So this one's Pup, and I really I've been using Pup all weekend with all of these shades because it almost is like you don't even notice that it's there, but there is something on the eye to make sure that you've created a little bit of dimension. Another really good option, and it's a shade I recommend that everybody have in their palette, is Basic. So you'll see Pup is a little bit lighter. They both are cooler, but they're gonna do a great job of carving out that crease. Next we have Chai, again, cool toned. This one's gonna go a little bit more gray, a little bit deeper, not to be outdone by Cafe, which is gonna be the darkest of all of these neutrals and will give you the greatest differentiation between your crease and the rest of your eye, and for deeper tones would be a great choice. And then for my lovers of a warm eye look, something to carve out the crease and the hood in something warm, you know I'm a lover of Bubba. So Bubba's gonna be your warmer shade. So we have Pup, Basic, Chai, Cafe, and Bubba. I would pick up one of these shades along with these if you don't already have them. In general, these are all one and done shades. These are super easy and they look good with everything. They're like the perfect neutrals. But when you're looking to wear something like this with a hooded eye, starting with a base of one of these shades and then popping one of these on the lid, you're gonna be good to go in like less than 5 minutes. It's literally perfect. I've moved all of my shades into one palette, so we're not going back and forth and you're not hearing all this opening and closing. But I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean, and we're gonna create an eye look with Pup and Sugared first. And all I'm gonna do is take the fluffy end of my eyeshadow brush, tap off the excess, and I am going to get this above the crease. So I'm gonna make sure I can see it when my eye is open, and you're gonna see it's a very light shade. There's not a whole lot there, but it does enough to carve out the crease of the eye to add a little bit of that depth that I'm looking for. So I have some division between my eyelid and my hood. And when you put something that is one of these medium tone matte shades up above the crease, you're going to make your hooded eye less prominent. Now I'm just washing a little bit over the lid. And in the simplest way, we've just added a little bit of depth. So you'll see over here, we just have that little bit of depth. I did color correct and prime my eyes. I used my MAC paint pot in soft ochre. I added powder over top so there was no tacky or sticky feeling so that my eyeshadow powders would blend really well. And here we have a little bit of Pup above the crease on the hood, and I'm gonna do the easiest eye look. And I'm just going to press this onto the ball of the eye. We'll have that little bit of light reflection. Back to Pup. And we're just gonna make sure that we have a good blend. And now we have that light reflectant on the lid. Remember we said if you put something with glitter or shimmer on the hood, it's going to make the hood look more pronounced. Well, if you add something matte up onto the hood, it actually makes the hood recede, and then you add that beautiful, soft, reflective glow on the lid, and it makes the lid more pronounced. So now it pulls back the hood and really puts the focus on the eye itself, and that is my favorite way to wear these shades. Moving in a little bit closer, it wouldn't be a full eye tutorial. Here's all the different things you could do if we didn't do a little something something. So I'm gonna take Lyra. This is an eyeshadow from the Pressed Pigments and the On Point brush. And because this has this purple reflective quality to it with that duochrome, I'm just going to line the lid, and I'm really gonna wiggle it into the lash line and give a little bit of depth to my lash line while also incorporating that purple shade. Then we'll add a little bit of mascara on the top and the bottom after we curl the lashes, and that will be eye look 1. So this was actually the eye look that I wore to church on Mother's Day. And it's just soft and simple, but it's so pretty. These light reflectant shades can do so much. So for those of you that are afraid of shimmer or glitter or anything like that, remember they can be worn so soft and they do so much for an actual mature or hooded eye. So if you can use those matte shades in the crease and even as a wash on the lid and pop something like this on, I think you'll be really happy to experiment a little bit with some more exciting shades on the lid. So don't be afraid of a shimmer or a glitter as somebody with a hooded eye. You can absolutely wear them. It's just all about the placement. So the easiest way, tap it on the ball of the eye and you are good to go. Now on the other eye, you could do the exact same thing. You could take one of these, pop one of these other shades on and be good to go. But I did want to show you something that I was experimenting over this weekend, and I used a little bit of Raindrop as a wash on the lid color. And this is from, this is the eyeshadow from the Pressed Pigments collection. And I think it just gives this beautiful blue-gray base, which works so nice with blue satin. So I'm literally just washing this on the lid, getting it up on to the base of the eye, and then I took Basic and used that more to carve out the crease. Do you see that happening like in real time? Now you're starting to see a little bit more definition to the eye simply by adding that secondary shade, which is just a little bit deeper. But those two shades right there are so simple and so pretty. And then we're just gonna pop a little bit of our blue satin right onto the ball of the eye. And this is like the perfect denim, linen, like summery combo. And you could even add a little bit of depth to it for something in the fall if you really lean towards denim in the fall with something like, oh, what's it called? Hold on, let me think. Blue suede. It's called blue suede. So now we're just adding a little bit of the blue satin to the lid. I need to lift my eye up to make sure I get into the creases. And it's a little bit more of a punch because we did that really soft blue base, but look how pretty and easy that combo is. Again, I'm so excited for how soft and pretty these looks turn out when you keep it super simple. So let's just make sure everything is carved out. We have no lines. I'm gonna take a little bit of that Basic under the eye. I forgot to do pup under the eye until, oh, you know, I was doing mascara. And just as we did on the other side, I'm going to use the Pressed Pigment that I was talking about that you could do on the lid to deepen that for the fall. But this I'm gonna do as a liner. Then we're gonna do our mascara, curl the eyelashes, and check out the final looks. As somebody who is rarely attracted to a blue eyeshadow for fear that I'm gonna look like Mimi from Drew Carey, this one is my favorite of the three. I don't know if it's just the season that I'm in, how well it's been matching kind of the soft white denim look. I don't know what it is, but I have truly been loving it. So you guys have to tell me, what are you thinking between the two shades? And then of course we have Candyland. All these shades will be featured in different looks throughout the next 3 months on Instagram, Facebook. I will drop those in the description below so you can join me in those communities as well. But I think they're just lovely. And no, they are totally buildable. Like what they look like on my hand is not exactly what they look like on the eye because I swatch these heavy. So if you're somebody who really likes that punch of color on the lid, you can absolutely build these up and get more of a dramatic eye look, or you can use these for an event when you want more of a dramatic eye look. They are definitely multi-use for both. So that's it, you guys. That is the shades of the season. If you found this video helpful, I would absolutely appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. That helps this channel and our beauty community grow. And as always, make sure you have subscribed and turn on your notification bells so you know every time I upload a new video. That's all I have for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for being here.